What's a story, amigos? This is Kino with some cool stories for today's story time.
Today, join Mara and Kino for an alphabet book.
A. Alarm clocks ring. It's almost dawn. The folks in the valley stretch and yawn.
In our next story, read by author Diane Wolkstein, can a banjo save a young goat from a band of hungry tigers?
Where are you going? The leader shouted. Cobby reached the bushes. She picked up the bonza and hung it around her neck. Then she turned to the tigers. 5 more jumped out of the bushes. Now there were 10.
Then, Rae'Ven Kelly reads about a young bunny who won't leave her baby tooth out for the tooth fairy.
I'm not giving my baby tooth to the tooth fairy, said Rosie.
Major funding for Storytime is made possible by a grant from Helen and Peter Bain, so that families everywhere can share the joy of reading with their children. Additional funding is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, by the annual financial support from viewers like you, and by the National Endowment for Children's Educational Television.
Mara!
Oh, Kino.
You just help me get that.
I got it.
There, thanks.
Oh.
Well, I finished writing Lucy's birthday present, and I started to put it together, but I'm having a little trouble with the glue part.
Oh, dear. I see.
I think I could use a little help now.
I'll tell you what. Maybe we can put it together.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Kino, these look great.
Yep. Well, you know how Lucy loves new alphabet books for her collection? Well, I wrote a rhyme for every letter of the alphabet. Listen to this, okay? A is for August, a month in the summer. B is for backaches. They're always a bummer. C is for chicken, a bird that makes eggs. And D is for dance, which I do with my legs.
You know, these rhymes are really great. But you know what the best thing is about your gift for Lucy?
What?
That you made it yourself. That it came straight from your heart.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I will help you bind all these pages into a book as soon as I finish wrapping the book that I bought for Lucy. It's also an alphabet book.
Mara, have you seen my car keys?
Kino.
Whoa! Lucy's coming.
Hide. I'm gonna hide over here. Hi.
Hi. I can't find my car keys.
Yeah.
And I've got to go to the airport and pick up my friend Diane. She's going to read a book that she wrote to us.
Did you check the story corner?
Oh. No. Maybe that's where they are.
Okay.
Oh, phew. That was a close one.
I'll say.
Yike!
I found them. Thanks, Mara. I'm off
Sure.
to the airport.
Okay, Lucy. Bye-bye. See you later. Take your time. Oh, boy.
Is she gone yet?
Yes.
Oh, brother.
Boy.
That was close.
It certainly was. All right. Now, I will help you bind your book together as soon as I finish wrapping Lucy's book.
Oh, Mara, can we read that book before you wrap it? It'll calm me down after that close call.
Okay. I think we have time. Okay. The book is called The Folks in the Valley, a Pennsylvania Dutch ABC. And it's by Jim Ellsworth and illustrated by Stefano Vitali. Hey, Kino, will you help me with the alphabet?
Oh, yeah. Yep, sure.
Okay.
A.
Alarm clocks ring. It's almost dawn. The folks in the valley stretch and yawn.
B.
Bacon fries when they're out of bed.
C.
Cows get milked in the milking shed.
D.
Dough is rolled with rolling pins.
E.
Eggs are found under fat red hens.
F.
Fences are built to hold the hogs.
G.
Geese are afraid of barking dogs.
Woof, woof. H.
Hay is pitched up to the mow.
I.
Irons hammered to mend the plow.
J.
Jars of pickles line the shelves.
K.
Kittens drink, then lick themselves.
L.
Lanes lead down past orchards green.
M.
Meadow grasses smell sweet and clean.
N.
Neighbors help with summer wheat.
O.
Oak is split for the winter's heat.
P.
Patches are sewn to overall knees.
Q.
Quilts are stitched at quilting bees.
R.
Rope is tied to the dairy bowl.
S.
Sheep are raised for the fluffy wool.
T.
Teams plod home when the plowing's through.
U.
Up the lane, the cows come too.
V.
Valley is quiet when stars shine bright.
W.
Windows glow with yellow light.
X.
X's are made with needle clicks. Knitting and embroidery, see?
Oh, yeah. Y.
Yawns are yawned over candlesticks.
And Z.
Z. Z's the sound of their well-earned rest. They sleep in peace. Their lives are blessed.
Oh, that was a good one, Mara.
I know that Lucy is going to love the pictures in this book.
Oh, and speaking of Lucy, we'd better wrap these presents. She's going to be back soon.
Okay, good idea. All right, let's start.
Mara, Kino, my friend Diane Wolkstein's here. She's going to read us a book she wrote.
Hi, Diane. Hi, Mara. Welcome to Storytime.
Yeah, welcome. Are you really going to read us a book that you wrote yourself? Because guess what? You see, I wrote a book all by myself to give to gee, I'd give anything to, write a book for, somebody one of these days.
Well, I think someday you will write a book, Kino. But tell us about your book, Diane.
Well, I heard the story in Haiti, which is an island near Florida. And a good friend of mine went to Haiti. He liked it so much. His name is Mark Brown. He draws wonderful pictures. He said, I want to do a story about Haiti. Do you know any good ones? And when I told him tiger and goat, he said, that's the one. So I wrote it. He drew the pictures, and we called it The Bonza.
Oh, well, let's hear it, huh?
Yeah. All right. On the island of Haiti, there once lived a little tiger named Tigra and a little goat named Cabri. Usually tigers and goats are enemies, but these two were best friends. They had met during a thunderstorm when they had each run into the same cave for shelter. The storm had lasted all night. When they came out in the morning, everything seemed strange to them, for they had come out of the cave by a different entrance. They were lost. They were small, lonely, and afraid. Cabri, the little goat, brayed. Tigra roared. Do you want to be friends? Cabri asked. Right now, Tigra answered. So they wandered over the countryside, playing together. You see them playing?
Yeah.
Sharing whatever food they found and sleeping close to each other at night for warmth. Then one morning, they found themselves in front of the cave where they had first met. Cabri turned, but it was not Tigra who had roared. It was a roar of another tiger. Mama, Papa, Auntie, Tigre cried joyfully as 3 huge tigers bounded out of the bushes. Cabri ran into the cave without waiting. After a while, Tigre went to Cabri, but Cabri refused to come out of the cave. So Tigre went home with his family. The next morning, Tigre went to the cave alone. Cabri, he called, I brought you a bonza. Cabri poked her head out of the cave. A bonza? What's that? A little banjo, Tigre said. It belonged to my uncle, but I want you to have it so it will protect you. How will a bonza protect me? Cabri asked. Auntie says, the bonza belongs to the heart, and there's no stronger protection than the heart. When you play the bonza, Auntie says, place it over your heart, and one day the heart and the bonza will be one. Is that true, Tigre? Cabri asked. Oh, I don't know, but I know I shall not forget you. Tigre placed the bonza around his friend's neck, and then he turned to go. Where are you going? Cabri asked. Home, Tigre answered. The little tiger ran back to his family. Cabri stepped out of the cave so she could see the bonza more clearly. Oh, it was a beautiful bonza, and when the sun shone on it, it gleamed. Cabri held the bonza over her heart. She stroked it gently. A friendly, happy sound came out. She stroked it again and again, and before she realized it, she was trotting through the forest, humming to herself. Stopping now and then to play a tune on the bonza. Well, one afternoon, Cabri came to a spring. She wanted to drink, but she was afraid the bonza would get wet, so she took it off and carefully laid it down in the bushes. As she drank the cool, sweet water, she heard a low growl behind her. Turning quickly, Cabri saw 4 large, hungry tigers. Cabri wanted to leap across the stream and run away, but the bonza was in the bushes behind the tigers. No, she would not leave the bonza Tigre had given her. Slowly and fiercely, Cabri walked toward the bonza. Another tiger appeared. Now there were 5. Cabri kept walking. Where are you going? The leader shouted. Cabri reached the bushes. She picked up the bonza and hung it around her neck. Then she turned to the tigers. 5 more jumped out of the bushes. Now there were 10. What have you put around your neck? Asked the leader. And Cabri, trying to quiet her thundering, pounding heart, brought her foreleg to her chest and by mistake plucked the bonza. A musician, laughed the chief. So you wish to play us a song? No, said Cabri. No, echoed the leader. And all the tigers took a step closer to Cabri. Tigre! Cabri wanted to shout, but Tigre was far away, and she was alone, surrounded by the tigers. No, she was not completely alone. She still had the bonza Tigre had given her. Cabri's heart beat very fast, but in time to her heartbeat, she stroked the bonza. She opened her mouth, and a song came out. To her surprise, it was a loud, low, ferocious song. 10 fat tigers, 10 fat tigers, Cabri eats tigers raw. Yesterday, Cabri ate 10 tigers. Today, Cabri eats 10 more. Who is Cabri? And where did you learn that song? Demanded the chief. I am Cabri. Cabri answered in a new, deep voice. And noticing how frightened the tigers looked, she added, and that is my song. I always sing it before dinner. The tiger chief realized 3 of his tigers had disappeared. Madam Cabri, he said, you play beautifully. Permit me to offer you a drink. Very well, said Cabri. Bring Madam Cabri a drink. He ordered the 2 tigers closest to him. As they started to leave, he whispered, and don't come back. 5 tigers stared at Madam Cabri. Cabri stared back. Then she stroked her bonza and sang a little slower, but just as intently. 5 fat tigers, 5 fat tigers. Cabri eats tigers raw. Yesterday, Cabri ate 10 tigers. Today, Cabri eats 5 more. Oh, something dreadful must have happened to my tigers, said the leader. You, he motioned to the 2 tigers nearest him. Go fetch Madam Cabri a drink. And again, he whispered, and don't come back. 3 tigers quaked before Madam Cabri. Cabri sang again. 3 fat tigers, 3 fat tigers. Cabri eats tigers raw. Yesterday, Cabri ate 10 tigers. Today, Cabri eats 3 more. When she finished her song, only the leader was left. Cabri began to sing again. 1 fat tiger. Don't eat me. The leader started to cry. Please, let me go. I promise no tiger will ever bother you again. Cabri looked at the trembling tiger. All she had done was to play the bonza and sing what was in her heart. So Tigra's auntie was right. Her heart had protected her. Her heart and the bonza. Please, I'll do whatever you wish. Please let me go. I'm very scared. Well, she said, go at once to Tigra, the little tiger who lives near the cave. Tell Tigra, today, Cabri's heart and the bonza are one. Okay. Today, Cabri's heart and the bonza are one. And off the tiger chief ran. With her bonza gleaming around her neck, Cabri went trotting through the forest. But every now and then she would stop. She would stroke her bonza and sing, for her heart would have a new song.
Oh, boy. That was a cool story, Diane. It was kind of like magic.
Yes, and like a mystery.
A magical mystery.
Say, everybody, how would you all like to hear a story about a special time in the life of a little bunny rabbit named Rosie?
Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, let's pay a visit to my friend Rae'Ven. She's all ready to read to us.
Oh, and when we come back from visiting Rae'Ven, we'll have a special time all of our own right here, okay?
So, have you lost any teeth recently? Yes. Oh, let's see. Yes, you have. Have you? No. I have. Well, this story is about a little girl named Rosie. She's a little bunny rabbit, you know, and her teeth are missing, too. And this story is called Rosie's Baby Tooth, and it's by Mary Ann McDonald, illustrated by Melissa Sweet. Rosie's baby tooth was coming out. Every day she would wobble it just for fun. One day, Rosie was playing dragon with Sid. Sid was trying to stab her with a sword. Rosie bit the sword. The tooth came out. Wow, said Sid. You can put it under your pillow. The tooth fairy will give you 50 cents. Rosie looked at the tooth. It was white and smooth. It was her baby tooth, and now it was out. Rosie put her finger in the empty space. She felt a new tooth pushing up a big tooth. I'm not giving my baby tooth to the tooth fairy, said Rosie. You have to, said Sid. That's the way it's done. But Rosie did not want to give her baby tooth away, not even for 50 cents. Rosie Posey, you lost your tooth, said Daddy when he saw her. What a big rabbit you are getting to be. But Rosie wasn't sure she wanted to be a big rabbit yet. Sid says I have to put my tooth under my pillow for the tooth fairy, Rosie told Daddy. Most rabbits do, said Daddy. It is a pretty tooth, said Rosie. It is, said Daddy. Put it away. Keep it safe until bedtime. Rosie looked in the mirror. She smiled. Then she frowned. She did not look the same without her tooth. She did not want to lose another tooth, but she did not know how to stop. That Matt sat eating a book. He was working on his baby teeth. Rosie made a monster face at him. That Matt laughed. He thought making faces was a new game. At bedtime, Daddy said, "Where is that beautiful tooth?" "It's gone," said Rosie. "Gone," said Daddy. "Yes," said Rosie. "The tooth fairy won't get this tooth." "Oh," said Daddy. "Too bad for the tooth fairy. It was such a pretty tooth." "She has other ones," said Rosie. "Not like that." "No, not like that," Rosie said slowly. Rosie had an idea. "Let's write the tooth fairy a letter," she said. "We can tell her my tooth is gone." So Daddy helped Rosie write a letter. "Dear Tooth Fairy, Rosie's tooth is gone. It was pretty. She had it ever since she was a baby. It came out, but now it is gone. Too bad. Rosie and Daddy. P.S. Don't be sad. Maybe someday Rosie will have a tooth for you, but not yet." Rosie put the note under her pillow. Then she went to sleep. In the morning, Rosie found a letter. Daddy read it to her at breakfast. It said, "Dear Rosie, if you find your pretty tooth, give it to me. I will put it on a golden chain, and then you can wear it around your neck forever and ever. The Tooth Fairy. P.S. Be happy. I can wait for more teeth." Guess what? I think I know where my tooth might be. "You do?" said Daddy. "Yes," said Rosie. "I'll go and see if I can find it." Rosie got the tooth. My, said Daddy. "That's it, all right." "Put it in a safe place," said Rosie, "and we will leave it for the Tooth Fairy tonight." The next morning, Rosie found a golden chain beside her bed. Mama helped her put it around her neck. "What a kind and clever fairy," said Mama. "Think so?" said Daddy. "Yucky yuck," said Fat Matt. He slapped his baby oatmeal in his hair. But Rosie didn't say anything. She sat with her family and was happy, just like the Tooth Fairy had told her to be.
I liked Rosie's baby tooth. You know, it reminded me of the time my little sister Mariana lost her first baby tooth. She was afraid a new one would never grow in.
Oh, but a new one came in, didn't it, Kino?
Yep. Does anyone here have a loose tooth?
Do you?
Huh?
You have one?
Before.
You do?
Oh,
You have a loose
got
tooth?
A loose tooth.
Huh. Well, you know what? I hope the tooth fairy went to the bank.
Oh, well, let's not forget our story picks for today, okay, Kino?
Okay.
Mine is Animalia, written by Graham Bass. It's like a mystery, but also an ABC book, too. The wonderful pictures are just full of surprises, no matter how old you are.
Oh, and my story pick is Dogger by Shirley Hughes. It's the story of a very special gift, just like the Bonza. And, maybe just like another gift or two today. Right, Lucy?
Right, Kino?
And guess what, Lucy?
What, Kino?
I have another special pick for the day.
You do what?
I pick you for a surprise birthday party. Surprise! Surprise, Lucy!
Happy birthday, Lucy!
Happy birthday! Make a wish! Make a wish!
Make a wish!
Oh, and don't forget, everybody, keep a story in your heart. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Happy birthday. Oh, you're gonna love this. See this? That just all Open the other one, Lucy.
Yeah,
Open up the other one.
friends. Oh, open Kino's. Open Kino's. All right. Okay. This one is really special, Lucy.
An alphabet book!
Yeah, and I wrote it myself.
Today's Storytime books are Folks in the Valley by Jim Aylesworth, illustrated by Stefano Vitale. The Bonza by Diane Wolkstein, pictures by Mark Brown. Rosie's Baby Tooth by Marianne MacDonald, illustrated by Melissa Sweet. Animalia by Graham Bass. And Dogger by Shirley Hughes. You can find these and other books at your local library.
Major funding for Storytime is made possible by a grant from Helen and Peter Bain, so that families everywhere can share the joy of reading with their children. Additional funding is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, by the annual financial support from viewers like you, and by the National Endowment for Children's Educational Television. Storytime is a production of KCET Los Angeles.